amazing to me. It like, especially for my position, it's no other fit like I could have like asked for. You know what I'm saying?
Who hosted you on your visit?
Coach Levy.
Yeah. So what was it? What's it been like? Working with Coach Levy and getting to know him throughout.
You see, the coaches were gone recruiting for a little bit, but I've been doing like going to the playbook with him a lot, and it's just really, he's like a very genuine person, and I have a good like intel on like how somebody's genuine, and I got that the whole time I was with him. So I mean, I feel like our connection is gonna take off from here.
So are you mostly playing outside, or what do you?
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, they just told me just receiver, so yeah.
I guess what kind of role do you envision yourself having in the fall?
Just however I can contribute, help the team to win.
Marvin Mims obviously had a huge year last year. He's going to be selected in the NFL draft. Just what kind of role, I guess, seeing what he was able to do, maybe helped you knowing that you can do that in this offense?
So on my official visit, me and my parents sat down with Coach Levy, and we were watching the film, and he showed me like this is how we plan to use you, just moving inside and outside. So that's why I was saying like just receiver in general. So that's very intriguing. Like I said, just the fit overall is tremendous.
What are your first impressions of Coach Jones coming in?
Well, it's actually funny. Me and Coach Jones had kind of texted like when I was in the portal or whatever like that. Like he told me that he kind of knew that he was coming here, but I had no idea. He had texted me. He said, I might have something for you soon. And this is why he was at Tech. And I was okay, like not thinking anything of it. And then it kind of came out. He told me, he was like, yeah, I'm going to go to Oklahoma. And we hit it off from there. It was kind of funny because I basically committed like the same day, if not the day after that he did. So it was funny. And then we just been going over the playbook and stuff together. So it's also helped my connection grow from there.
What have your impressions kind of been since being able to get on campus and kind of start those meetings with them, things like that?
It's a lot of differences, but there's also a lot of similarities. Just like their meeting style. Obviously, their play style is a lot faster. So just getting used to the tempo and even their signal plays, like how fast they do it, it's a lot quicker. But I mean, it just takes a little getting used to it to be good.
Is there something? Just about it's such a new thing with the transfer portal and things like that. Do you when you were going through this process, did you reach out to other guys? I mean, Oklahoma's kind of had success with Eric Gray. Do you look for a school that has had success in the portal before when you start looking at that stuff? And do you wonder, like, is there a key to that?
Well, my transfer portal thing, it happened so fast. Like, I entered, and then I was on the visit here in 2 days, and and I committed like that Monday. So I talked to some of the players here already currently, but not anybody that came like from somewhere else.
Is it? Just important. Was it important when you came in, like the coaches kind of letting you know, like this is a fresh start, like we don't hold anything that's happened in the past against you?
That was very important to me, and it really just kind of showed like they really trust me, and like just like this is a brand new start, like you said, and it's like we know you have a lot of potential. You have like untapped skills and stuff like that. We want to unlock those for you.
Is it important for you to kind of let go of the past in that situation too?
Yeah, generally, but like you just move on. Each day is a new day, so.
Looking back on your time at Michigan, it was a tough leaving a school that you were, so close. You're from that area.
Yeah.
What's it like, I guess leaving a school that you had been around for so long?
It was definitely tough, but kind of like I just prayed on it, and I just felt like this is like my next move, So definitely tough for sure, though.
In terms of entering the portal, I'm sure it can be really anxious just entering and not knowing what's on the other side. I guess what was that like for you in terms of deciding to enter and then what you were looking for?
Well, it was very interesting because me and my family had like several talks about it, and we didn't necessarily not agree, but kind of like you were saying, you don't know what's on the other side, like kind of hesitant, But you just gotta pray on it, and like felt like that was like the best situation, and whatever came from that, I felt like it was like God's plan for me. So. And it worked out for the best.
This is a group of receivers. It's been through a lot of different quarterbacks.
Yes.
Is it apparent that when you came in here that they are used to, or they can help you kind of learn how to quickly, adjust to a new quarterback?
It's kind of Michigan even. I had Kate and JJ, so it wasn't like crazy, you know what I'm saying? So it's just repetition and getting the timing down. It'd be good.
Do you notice, like, has it made them a closer group, a closer unit, the wide receiver room?
Say it again.
Has it made them a closer wide receiver room because they have gone through all that change?
I couldn't tell you for that because I wasn't here, but they are a close receiver group, and I really do like that as well. So,
What's it like when you look at this portal group, all the portal guys, 3 from the state of Michigan? What's it like, 3 Michigan natives?
it's actually funny because one of our teammates, D lineman, he was just saying we finally have some Midwest people here now. He's from Chicago, so it was just funny. So it's pretty awesome that like Michigan came to Oklahoma.
Did you know what any of the other 2 guys, Reggie or?
I met Reggie on my official visit. Before that, I didn't even know because he was older than me.
Yeah.
So before that, I didn't know him, but like he's pretty cool. I met him the first time, and I was like, yeah, this is my guy.
When you look at Oklahoma and Michigan, I know you've only been here a month, but are there any similarities or are anything drastically different between how both programs are ran?
I feel like they're very similar, and that's what also like played a role into me coming here. Just like me coming out of high school, it really like Michigan was like home for me, and when I visited Oklahoma, I was like, yeah, this is definitely the spot. So a lot of similarities for sure. Differences I couldn't tell you yet because I've only been here like a month, like you said.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've only been here a few weeks, like you just said. But what's your relationship early with guys like Jalil Farouk and some of these returning guys who had big roles in the offense? last
Yeah, well,
season?
me and Jalil, we talked since I was on my official visit, and like he actually was recruiting me basically, and he really wanted me to step in and like contribute. You know what I'm saying? So Jalil, Drake, those are like guys that I've been talking to a lot, and it's funny enough, like Drake is like my big brother on the team they assigned, and I basically text Drake every day, just when are you gonna go catch jugs? When are you gonna do this? And like we built a really good relationship so far.
Do you sense a hunger on this team that had a disappointing season last year, but obviously it's such a storied program?
100%. Just even when we're in the weight room and just like workouts and stuff like that, Coach Smitty is always talking about you guys don't want to go 6 and 7 again. Like just even Coach Venables today, he asked our team, who's like, who here has won a conference championship? And there's only about like 10 to 15% of people that raise their hand. So that's extra motivation, and like this team doesn't want to do that, and I don't want to do that. So
Drake's developed his own name here. He's a fan favorite, but his dad's a legendary coach.
Yes.
Would you know that, or could you see that in Drake?
just the leadership that Drake has amongst the receivers and just like the whole team is like tremendous. Like I said, like I'll text Drake just night at night, like, oh, what's your plan for tomorrow? What are you gonna do on the off day, whatever like that. And he's really, it's only been a month, like you said, but he's really like somebody like I basically look up to, you know, even just going over the plays, and like he's very knowledgeable. Like I said, his leadership is tremendous as well.
Your thoughts on his dad? I mean, from an outsider's perspective, what are your thoughts on his dad?
He's a legend. Like, I mean, it goes without saying. So,
We're in an era where transfers are expected to come in and they can make a difference right away. Do you feel an accelerated timeline to get up to speed, to learn the offense?
explain like a little bit more.
Like, do you feel, you know, as a freshman, people feel like they have a little more time to develop into a program, but as a transfer coming in, as somebody expected to give immediate help at the wide receiver position, do you feel like you need to do things a little quicker?
I mean, I just feel like everything's God's plan. I mean, just work, control. I mean, it'll all work itself out. I really realized since my 2 years being in college, just don't like worry, just do what you can do, and all the rest will work out. And I really realized that like over time that is true. And really, I wouldn't really show like any pressure or anything like that. It's really like, it's like my dad always says, pressure's a privilege. So, you know, like a lot of people don't have that like pressure, you know what I'm saying? So that's an honor to have that, and just live in the moment is very big. That's what I go by.
For you, have you kind of set some personal goals of what you hope to accomplish this year, just as far as on the field, team stuff like that?
Not yet. I really just worked on like I said, live in the moment. That's my main thing right now. Is just mental, just being in a mental good space, and then just setting myself up for the best. You know, I haven't really set any goals or like stats. You know what I'm saying? But my physical capabilities will be there as long as my mental is. So that's my big thing right now.
Have you had those early discussions with Coach Jones yet about just like, hey, here's some areas of my game that I
Yes.
really like? What have those been?
Yeah, so I had those before I even got here.
Yeah.
And telling him like, be more physical, just be better off the line, stuff like that. And he was, me and him actually last Saturday, I was in his office from 9 in the morning to about like 3:30, and went over 2 installs, and then we watched like all the drills that he went with Kansas and Texas Tech, and I was like, yeah, I can directly apply those to my game, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. So it's a great match.
You talk about the physicality too. If you guys popped on just what this wide receiver group last year expected to play a huge role blocking downfield, things like that. Is that something you guys have gone over too?
He's really emphasized perimeter blocking, which it's actually good that I came from Michigan because we were very big on that perimeter blocking and effort down the field, and that's what Coach Jones was like really harping on as well.
What can you bring to this receiving corps? Sorry.
Yeah, just a dynamic receiver, positive attitude all the time. Just somebody that's gonna come in, work day in, day out. Just somebody that like this team can count on to make a play or just step up whenever needed.
What have you seen from Dylan Gabriel so far?
She's amazing. Like, I've never been with the left-handed quarterback. It's actually pretty cool to see that. Just like it comes off different, but like the touch is there. So Dylan's amazing.
How weird is it to try and catch one of those left-handed spirals?
It's not too different. You really realize it like down the field, like the rotation is just the opposite way. Like opposed to going this way, it goes like that way. So, I mean, it's not too big of a difference. I mean, it's just repetition, you know.
What was it about Oklahoma that basically just was like, I gotta be here, I gotta be a part of this?
Well, just the fit and the offense, the scheme, just the tempo, it all just played a role. And I saw my dad Saturday night when I was on my official visit here. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna come here. Like we hadn't even really like watched the specific tape, but like just going over like the opportunity, it was just the opportunity to come in and like contribute to this team is phenomenal.
How much different is that from your perspective? Everyone that plays in a spot like this or
Yeah.
Michigan goes through a high school recruiting process. And then the portal recruiting process
God.
seems to be just like you mentioned, you're in it and you're out.
The portal is recruiting like on steroids. That's what I call it. Like I said, I entered the portal, was like a Wednesday night, and Coach Levy had called me a minute after I entered the portal. Mind you, my phone is on Do Not Disturb, so
Yeah.
like I texted him. I was like, "Who's this?" He had a new number from when he's at Ole Miss.
Right.
So he's like, "Coach Levy from Oklahoma." I was like, "Oh, really?" Called him back, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to get you in the morning." But my family was still in Arizona from the bowl game.
Right.
So we flew out that Saturday, and like it was crazy. Just, hey, give me a call, you know. But I mean, it's a blessing, 100%.
Well, and you already mentioned kind of the uncertainty, but for you, you were a group that was going through a college football playoff experience last year. So mentally, your mental timeline, when did you kind of know, hey, the portal's something I really, really want to get serious about entering, things like that?
Let's see. I wasn't thinking about it throughout the season, just because, like I said, staying in the moment and just being positive, do whatever I can do. But kind of believe like that Monday, I was talking to my parents. I was like, yeah, it's just like I don't think this is it, you know. And like we kind of butt heads a little bit, like especially like I love Michigan, you know. Like Michigan was my dream school growing up, and it was just like it was mentally hard for me. But just knowing like this is something that I have to do, like if I want to get to like the next level, you know. And I mean, it's worked out so far, so continue it does.